YouTube, then this video is for you. We're doing a Q&A, and if you happen to be watching on the replay, we're going to be talking about all things YouTube, covering a variety of topics. And if you want to check out time codes and chapters, you can skip around to maybe your specific question that we'll probably answer during this stream. I'm going to be joined by the incontrovertible Melissa Caputo from the Think Media team in just a bit, but we already have some questions and we're going to kick it off with those right now. Today's stream is brought to you by vrafam.com. Just so you know, we have a limited time promotion on our YouTube course and coaching bundle that is ending soon, depending on when you're watching this. vrafam.com, link in the description down below will take you to that, and more on that later. But let's dive straight into the questions. If I do a live stream on YouTube, on the YouTube app, can I record it or download it to repurpose some of the clips? Absolutely. Two tips for you. One, if you do a YouTube live, once it's over, it's now a YouTube video in your library publicly, if you make it public, as well as, of course, in your back end, if it's unlisted. You have a couple options there. If you didn't have any copyright issues in the video, you should be able to go into your back end, and I'll show you on my screen here. I'm going to go into the back end of my Think Media channel. I'm going to look at this video right here, which was streamed with StreamYard, this top video. Okay. And notice these three little dots, and then notice edit, title, and description, view on YouTube, get a shareable link, download, or delete forever. That's scary. Like, delete forever. Be careful. Don't click too deep. So download. If I click download, then this live stream, of course, will be downloaded to my local computer. And now I could throw that into a video editing software and chop it up and do different things with it. If you're saying YouTube app and you're doing a vertical video from the YouTube app going live, same thing would apply. Once it's over, download the video and throw it into whatever video editing software you want. And then there's also some tools that I think, if you like some different AI tools, if you just take the public YouTube link, you can throw it into some of the different software tools. One of the ones we love, and I'll link up these resources in the description, is Opus Clip. So if you go to, Opus Clip, it's AI, powerful AI repurposing. So all you do here is you drop a video link, and there is a free version, but this is again, one long video, 10 viral clips. So a really smart tool, because what you can do is take a live stream like this one, where there's Q&A and whatnot, drop a link, get your clips, and then naturally all the premium features or whatnot are, there's a free version, but there's also the better paid version. So we'll link that up if you're interested in checking out Opus Clip. And yes, good idea to do your live streams and then think about how you could repurpose it. And then finally, sometimes in the back end of YouTube, you can't click download if you shared screen, reacted to something, if there's copywritten music. There are tools where you can download YouTube videos that are still the case. There's a tool called 4K Downloader, and you could check out those different ones that allow you to, but make sure you think about YouTube's terms of service, because they're not always pumped about that. They don't want you downloading other people's videos, generally, right? But the goal would be you're just trying to get to your own content so you can repurpose it. And that is a great question. And then one other tip that I have for you is, if you're doing a live like this one, what if you got a tripod like this, and if you had a battle station, meaning a camera, USB mic or whatever, and you were kind of creating content like this, and you set up your a tripod off to the side. And I'm actually doing, of course, horizontal landscape content right now. But if I wanted to get a vertical angle, what if, I put this up here, figured out the shot off to the side, hit record, set it on 4K, connected to my shirt, a wireless mic, and then delivered my content. You could do this, especially for business owners and entrepreneurs. You could do that during a meeting, a leadership meeting. You're talking to your team. You could do it during a live stream, a Q&A. And instead of repurpose, like if I want to repurpose this vertical, unless I back up a little bit, you cut in here. That's a little close on Sean's face. And I got some content out there, but you actually, if you're shooting horizontal, capture a second angle vertical. Now there might be a little bit of editing to do. Well, if you have the mic on your shirt or whatever, then you just go through that, and using an AI tool could help you go faster. Or as you think about maybe scaling, you could delegate that to somebody to be like, hey, here's my hour-long Q&A I did. There's 2 questions I really love the answers on that I really felt, and you like pass that along, or you go back and try to remember. So along this idea of, if you're going live and repurposing, naturally you could cut it out of the final clip itself. Or if you actually record it separately, especially you get the horizontal, but the actual vertical, then it'll be nice and crispy, nice and vertical. And I'd be looking at this camera and it'd be off to the side, but that's not too bad, right? Those clips people are used to it. It's sort of that podcast angle. We're doing a live podcast in a way here, Q&A, and that off to the side angle could perform very well as a YouTube short or Instagram reel or TikTok or something like that. If you're just joining, my name is Sean Cannell, your guide to building a profitable YouTube channel. In just a second, I'm going to be joined by Melissa from the Think Media team. We are doing a Q&A today, answering your YouTube questions. Post 4 question marks before and after your question wherever you're watching. We're trying to multi-stream multiple places. If you're on Instagram, shout me out and hit the heart button over there. And we also do have a limited offer that's ending soon on VRA. So you can comment VRA if you're on Instagram, the letters VRA, and I'll send you some information about that. Artem, how do you get subscribers from shorts to watch long videos? It's a good question. It's the 2024 quandary. It's the 2024 problem. And let's first address the big issue and the elephant in the room. And it's this. What I want you to do is, for your channel, I want you to go to your dashboard, analytics, content, make sure it's on all. And then I want you to zoom into this right section here that says viewers across formats. Here's what this is going to reveal to us. It's telling us, now this is my Think Media channel. It's large. We've posted a lot of diverse content on here. Here's what this says. It says that people who watch, and let's click on videos and shorts. People who watch videos only. So videos just means long form. Shorts means vertical, 60 seconds or less. So on my channel, the numbers will be different for you, but let me know in the chat or comments what your numbers are for this section. Again, dashboard, analytics, content, make sure you're on all formats, viewers across formats, videos and shorts. Now check this out. The people who watch only videos on Think Media, 78%. 8 out of 10 people only watch long form videos. 18% watch only shorts, which is interesting. So what does that mean? It means that, at least for me, on Think Media, 8 out of 10 are watching only videos. 2 out of 10 are only watching shorts. And then 4% watch both, which the overlap is like nothing in this particular channel. It's different on my podcast channel, but that's like the thing 1 to consider. Thing 2 is this. Some people who might criticize shorts you could argue that I've created a new audience that is watching shorts, but is only watching shorts. And this new audience, the way they engage with me is only on shorts. And maybe the original audience only engages with me in long form videos. But trying to answer your question is, how do you get them to move over? Answer number 1 is you don't. That's my opinion. I think answer number 2 is there are some ways, but I think the idea of like migrating somebody from a particular format that they like engaging with you on is that it's harder than you think. And it's also like, if somebody is kind of like, that's their preferred format. It's kind of like if you watch TikTok, I know TikTok videos are getting longer, but like you want that style. So if somebody's getting used to just being in the feed, and just getting those hits of dopamine quick on shorts, being like, hey, do you want to watch a 3-hour video podcast? I know that's an extreme, but like that's an uncrossable chasm. You know what I mean? Like for me, if I'm in shorts mode, I'm like save to watch later if it's a longer form video. And I'm going to wait till I go on a walk to like turn on a podcast, listen to it in the background. So it's kind of like two different modes. So I think the first one is like people overestimate trying to move audiences. I think the second thing to do, which is the most practical tool that they have given us, is use the related video feature. And so the related video feature is this. When you have a short, and let me think of the better example would be on like that. Let's just use this one. I don't actually have that. This is a clip from a podcast I was on. Let's just pretend this clip was on the same channel. So the clip was how to become a YouTuber with $100. Okay. I don't even know if it's public yet. And then look over here on the right side. See, it says related video. And what you could do here is you can link to a related video only in your library. You can't use this to link somewhere else, which is a bummer in my opinion, because maybe I want to upload clips, shorts on my Think Media channel, but it's from one of my Think Media podcasts and I'd like to link to another channel. You can't do that. So it has to all be on the same channel. But that's the one tool that in YouTube's mind that they want to use to say, go from a YouTube short to a longer form video. And let me see here. Okay. And then notice this is where it executes. It goes from Think Media to a clickable link. And then there's the title. So it goes from the channel title, the channel handle, to the title of the video. Now, actually what we've been using this for is a unlisted video, which might give you an idea of a secret way to use it. And so we actually link the short in a way, maybe has nothing to do. It has something to do with it because the reason you probably follow me is because you want to grow your YouTube channel or find a camera for YouTube. So we just did a free challenge. So we actually are using the related video feature to link to the same video. And it's actually a secret video in the sense that it's just unlisted. We didn't make it public. So that's a cool way to use it. It's very logical if you have a video podcast to do clips from the podcast and then just link to the full episode. But all that to say is, number one, this is effective. Number two, it's not that effective. Meaning like 1%, less than 1% in our experience. Like the best of the best get like 3%. So it's not like you do it and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, thank you for leading me to the full video. And then like everybody goes. Because in some cases too, we have viral shorts that have millions of views. Like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the millions of views really use that feature. Final tip is that that feature is best used with even a verbal call to action in the short itself. Like a short that tees things up, teases things, leaves a cliffhanger, and then it was like, click here to see what happens. Or an arrow points, click here to see what happens and use that. And then in doing so, you use that related video feature. So how do you get your subscribers from shorts to long videos? Use the related feature. Make just great shorts, and people also will just find their own way. A percentage of people, like in our case, 4% of people watch both, maybe discovered us in shorts, decided to migrate over. But finally, I think be content, because for everybody who hates shorts, and maybe that's the debate of the day. Do you love shorts? Hate shorts? Are you mad, sad, angry? I know it's a very polarizing topic on YouTube. For everybody that hates shorts, I think it's like you just kind of, in my opinion, it's like just two different things. And here's what I mean. Like here's our Think Media last 30 days, 4 million views, whatever. Here's our shorts. It's down, but still 637,000 views and 1,000 new subscribers. The thing I would think is like, oh, wow, I got 1,000 new subscribers from shorts in the last 30 days. Here's my thing. What are the quality of those subscribers? Not that, everybody's valuable. God loves everybody, right? But like probably less than long form subscribers because it's a different type of audience. But if we're thinking about building an empire, I want to impact people. Our mission here at Think Media is to help 1 million purpose-driven people create a full-time living, doing what they love while making a difference in the world with YouTube. I'm just trying to reach people. So I'm doing it with shorts. I'm doing it with live streams. I'm doing it with long form videos. And if I reach some people that only hang out with me for seconds at a time in shorts only, maybe we hang out for 3 months, 6 months. 2 out of 10 people only watch shorts. Oh yeah, I like that Sean guy. I've watched some of his shorts. Maybe someday they decide to watch long form. Maybe we only, it's sort of like, what's your intent? What's your mission? How many formats? I don't think everybody has the bandwidth to do all the formats, but I've got a team helping me now at the season of my career that I'm in. So to me, it's not either or, it's both and. And that's what YouTube is telling us as well. They're saying, and I know algorithmically shorts have been interesting, but they are saying like, it's not going to mess your channel up. Like the algorithm's figuring things out. Shorts will go to certain people, long form will go to certain people. But I know it's a debate. I know that people are all up in their feels. We got all kinds of different emotions in the world. And so let me know how you feel in shorts. Laura says, I'm your 1 in a million. Come on, let's build. It's time to build. And shorts are good in between when you can't make a long. Absolutely. It's a good way to stay consistent, get some content out there. And if you got a question, keep those questions coming in. I want to welcome Melissa to the stream. Melissa, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great, Sean. I mean, it's only 3:30 here in the Pacific Coast time, so I'm ready to roll. I've been answering a ton of questions already over in chat, hanging out with you guys over there, and ready to answer a bunch more.
Awesome. Well, we're going to keep the questions going. We do actually have some questions coming in about our offer. I'll get to those in just a second because we are in the home stretch of a really cool offer we're doing and some changes that are happening to our program. But let me hit this next question. Can you focus a bit more on travel channels? Ours is about showing places and having fun rather than advising people where to go and what to do when they're actually there. Yeah, I mean, I guess in regards to the question, I still would ask yourself this, and this applies to everybody listening to this. What's in it for the viewer? What is it the viewer actually wants? You're telling me what your focus is, which is great. But you absolutely need to be thinking about, because you're saying, we're going to show some places and have fun rather than advising people. Okay, fine. But why are they looking? What are they searching for? What are they hoping to learn? What are they hoping to find? I think they want to see places. They also want to have fun. Maybe you're thinking you don't want to be too like preachy or too whatever because you don't want to advise people but what do they want? And maybe the feeling I get from the way you worded this is that you might even be stuck in overthinking a little bit. Like the goal is to just make a valuable video. So if you show me, and if you make a video with the viewer in mind and think about what the viewer would want, well, they want you to show the places. Show me the check-in process. Maybe that's too specific, but show me the outdoors, show me the amenities, show me the different things. That's very valuable. What would you want if you were researching a place? Because to that point of whether advising them where to go, well, they're going to make their choice anyways. Like whether you say, so you should go here. Well, if I watch your video and I'm like, that's so cool, that's in my budget, that's really, look at how much fun you guys are having. So I guess maybe to me, it seems like you're maybe creating like a false problem. Let's take a step back. What is it you want to even have happen on the channel in general? Because this gets into this idea of like, do you want to just document your journeys? Anybody who comes along, cool. Have fun filming. Well, then cool. Like legit, you should do whatever you want. However, things change if you go, yeah, I do want to do that. But Sean, I would love for this to bring us in extra money. In fact, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 an extra a month would be really nice. And it's mission first, but I also want money for the mission. as soon as you get clearer on what is it you want, it then will inform that, and it will inform your strategy. It will inform your strategy and how you should approach things. And if we're trying to build a real business on YouTube, it's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen because, well, like, I don't want to advise people, not that you need to advise. Like, it's not going to happen by us being unwilling to maybe let go of some of our preconceptions. Really, to put it this way, if it's a hobby, do whatever you want. If it's a business, you should ask, what will be most effective? You should ask, what will get me to the end destination best? Because let me put it another way. I have a business that I run now, right? Think Media has grown into a team. Of course, I'm still a personal brand and I get to do what I want because I'm a co-owner with my wife. But I also feel a responsibility to you watching this. And I need to absolutely practically ask myself, what will be most effective? That's the question of the day on our Q&A. What will be most effective, as opposed to what do I feel like? What do I want to do? What is my opinion? It's going to be a blend of that. Of course, be creative. Of course, make the content you want to create the content you want to create. But the question of what will be most effective now informs that it's not just about following our feelings. It's about following best practice, reverse engineering what works, and also thinking about the audience and not just yourself. And I'm not saying you're not just thinking about the audience, but again, successful YouTube channels are going to absolutely be built with the audience in mind. Do you think about the viewer first? And what would viewers want? So I hope that helps. And if you have any follow-ups with specific questions, a specific question mark, that'd be awesome, because I would love to answer that. And then, Melissa, I want to pass this question to you in regards to our program. And I need to fix a light that fell off my monitor. So put you up solo. But just heads up, y'all. In fact, Melissa, you could tell people what this is. We do have a special offer. It's ending soon. And then there's a question about it that is, does our $97 value come with the one-on-one coaching? Brandon asks. So talk a little bit about this and I'll be right back.
Awesome. All right. I would love to talk about this because this is truly like my favorite thing to talk about ever. Our course is it's definitely where I spend a lot of my time and energy is discussing this. So we have a YouTube course and coaching program that we have open enrollment for right now. I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of what is in this course. This is actually just the page, vrafam.com. So if you head to that URL, you can actually see everything that I'm showing you right now on the screen. And so at the vrafam.com, you can see all this information about our YouTube course and coaching program, including this image, which looks very fun because it shows you everything that's inside of this program. First and foremost, you're going to get our Video Ranking Academy, which is truly just an incredibly extensive course that teaches everything YouTube strategy. And it takes you all the way from the very beginning things. If you are somebody who has never even started a YouTube channel before, if you've never put up a video, it can help you from the very beginning all the way through our most advanced YouTube creators. And so we have something called the VRA Masters. And so this really does take you all the way through the journey of creating and growing a YouTube channel. And so that's our Video Ranking Academy program. We also have a course that goes alongside of this, a community that goes alongside the course. And that community is very, again, extensive. It's an incredibly active and supportive community, and our coaches are inside of there. We go live inside of there every single week to share the latest updates on YouTube, what's working now, what's working in different niches, what's working for different people. And so it's very active and it's ongoing. So that's the basic gist of our Video Ranking Academy program. And then we also have all of these additional bonuses that come inside of this particular bundle that will teach you specific topics like how to find your niche, how to be more confident on camera. We have a whole course on YouTube Shorts. I know that a lot of people were asking questions about Shorts. We have an entire course. We call it our masterclass, all about Shorts. We have an AI for YouTube guide and our roadmap workshop, which helps you understand the like practical side of how to make YouTube work in the midst of a busy life. All of this is included in this course and coaching bundle. I could go into a lot more detail. That's kind of the broad strokes. And again, you can see a lot more info at vrafam.com. It goes way more in depth into what is inside this course. And we have all this information about different people who've taken it. There was several people in the comments. I saw somebody on Instagram as well asking about art channels. And so, yes, Temi, we have a lot of other artists, but Temi is just like one example of someone in our program who is doing wonderfully using VRA for her art channel. So I'm trying to not make you guys all dizzy while I scroll here. What you'll notice is that this is actually only available for another 17 hours. It's a weird number, but this is going to be going down after that time. The offer won't be available anymore. But the biggest part of this is actually the fact that lifetime access to this course goes away. So that might not mean a lot to you. Let me just explain it super briefly. We have all of this information we just talked about, all the community, the weekly streams, all of that. When you join in the next 17 hours, you get lifetime access to all of that. So it's one and done. You either make all of your payments and then you're done, or you make your single payment, you're done. But either way, as soon as you make those payments, you are locked in for life, and you get access to those things again as you grow your channel. You can start at the very beginning. You can come back 5 years later and still be accessing the course because we're still updating the course and we're still including new information in it. It's pretty wild. And so you get lifetime access to all of that. I'm so glad to hear that, Tiffany. We have a lot of VRA fam in the chat right now. Shout us out if you're a VRA fan. But lifetime access is this like crazy value because, again, we update the course all the time. We like fully redo the course. We update it. We add new information. So just like Netflix is always adding new things to their streaming service, they charge a membership fee for that reason. We are actually moving to a Netflix model as well. We will be charging a membership fee. So this is like your final shout out that this is the last chance to get in on a lifetime access where you don't have to regularly renew. You can just pay that one fee and then you have it for life. That's lifetime access into VRA. It's going away in 17 hours. If you want to keep track of that deadline, then you can go to vrafam.com and see that countdown timer that I was showing you guys. So, okay, was that like enough of an overview, Sean? I didn't even answer the question. So
no, that was great. And shout out to Melissa. Excited. She's going to take some questions to one of our Think Media coaches. And I'm excited. Let's keep crushing through some of these questions today. All right. We've got Maisie asking how to manage multiple channels of different content. Should I do separate pages for different stuff, even though it's still all my content? Oh, we got some thoughts, and a couple thoughts that we have here. One, when it comes to managing multiple different channels, I will think you should be careful. Let me see if I can take this. Okay, here we go. So how do you manage multiple channels? Well, one, I want to warn against having multiple channels. Let's go through this. You should never upload videos your subscribers didn't subscribe for. So the reason you would have more than one channel is if you said, okay, I want to do gardening content. I want to do Minecraft gaming videos. And then I also want to do like a personal development self-help channel. I would not put all of that on one channel. That is 3 different channels. If you said that to me, that those were the 3 things you want to do, my next question would be, okay, which one do you like most? Which one are you most passionate about right now? And if you want this to be a business or to bring in money or a lucrative side hustle, which one has the most financial opportunity? Which one could get you closest to earning money the quickest? Because again, the sooner you have money for the mission, I think the sooner you can expand your YouTube empire, if you will. So if you wanted to keep things organized, some people say, should I just put different topics in different playlists? No, I think you should have one YouTube channel that's for one target audience, and you should avoid uploading videos that people didn't subscribe for. Because again, you put out an incredible gardening video about how to do raised garden beds, and a bunch of people click subscribe, and then you start uploading your gameplay videos and they're like, what is this? So you want to avoid things being too off brand. People do wonder, like, why do I have to niche down? Do I have to niche down? Well, a niche could be a topic like gardening, but a niche could also be an audience. Like, so if you had a channel that was like helping women over 40 thrive, that's a niche. And diet is part of that niche, and relationships is part of that niche. But the key is you got really clear on a target audience. The niche was the target audience. There are audiences that like variety content, but you're not scattered. You know who you're serving. My friends, that's a good point to be thinking about. Who is my channel really for? And if you just say everybody, if you try and reach everybody, you end up reaching nobody. If you also just say men, I think it's too broad. But if you say it's for, millennial moms that are trying to do it all, it's pretty good, because they want to organize, they want some mindset. Like, so bottom line is get clear on the one thing, the one channel, the one business model, the one approach. In my opinion, focus on the one, and then focus on growing it, getting subscribers, getting views, and monetizing. And then someday, if you want to start another channel, I would recommend doing that after money's coming in. Maybe you've been able to like hire an editor to delegate editing, so that one channel is more sustainable and more manageable. Again, the problem with doing multiple channels is you're just splitting your focus. It's hard enough to grow one YouTube channel. It's hard enough to grow one business. It's hard enough to make one wife happy. Being married to 3 women is difficult. I would not know, actually, personally. But Sister Wives is actually a show my wife loves, and I can't imagine. She's always like, I can't even imagine having the multiple wives situation. It's hard enough being married to one person, so why be married to more than one person? It's hard enough to be married to one YouTube channel. And then finally, I mean, I think the exception to this rule is like, even if you're taking my advice, focusing on like the best YouTube channel that you love the most, that'll make the most impact, the audience you're most passionate about, and the best monetization strategy, maybe you want a place that's like a catch-all. Well, then just define that purpose. Start a second channel that's like extras. Start a second channel that's like your vlog. Start a second channel. And you're like, man, if I vlog on that vacation we're going on, where would I upload that? Well, you're just going to throw it on your extras channel. But then say, what is the purpose of that channel? Memories. Maybe a few of your audience are interested in that aspect, but you're not letting it become like, I'm trying to juggle so many plates. I'm trying to build so many channels all at once. And this is the plague of modern online entrepreneurs. You're not alone. It's just that, literally 100% of entrepreneurs, they're trying to do too many things, do too many social media channels, 3 channels. If you're also out there trying to post on Instagram, you're trying to post on Facebook, you're trying to maintain your 3 channels, you're trying to is Elon and X going to really take video off? You're trying to my gosh. And then you're trying to build an ebook and make an online course, and you're trying to do all these things. Slow down and do things in seasons, do things in phases. So I think it's about being really selective and focus. And focus stands for, type it in the chat, all caps, FOCUS, focus. Follow one course until successful. Focus. Follow one course until successful. What should you be focusing on right now? That's my advice. So yes, organizationally, if it's 3 different audiences, it should be 3 different challenges. But tip number 2 is don't do 3 channels yet. Well, Sean, you have 2 channels. I also have people that are helping me edit, helping me with administration. I've got Melissa on the stream with me today. So solo season Sean is different than scale season Sean. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people also do is you got to be careful who you're getting advice from, because if you start trying to apply the advice from someone who's 5 years ahead of you in business, what they're doing now, it's still good advice, but it's not right for you right now. Most of my challenges and problems, or a lot of them, would maybe not be helpful, even though my advice would be good. That's why I'm coming to you on this stream to meet with you, having been where you are at, meaning I've walked through being by myself, needing to plan, research, come up with the video ideas, set up my tripod, put the camera up there, put the SD card in, make sure the batteries are charged, hit record, download the footage, Adobe Premiere, do the edit, upload, do the thumbnail, upload the thumbnail, do the title. Do I want to pivot the title? Post it. How'd it do? Do it over again. I did everything. You know, my business, to honor the queen herself, Sonia Cannell, we're co-owners in the business. And that was also super helpful, because I know for some of you, you might be single, you might be divorced, you might be a single parent, you have different circumstances. You got to play the hand you're dealt. What was nice is I don't love the business stuff, like the books, P&L. Who loves taxes? Do you love taxes? Taxes, admin, all that kind of stuff. And so Sonia she's our CFO too at our company, but she's always kind of done that stuff. But for me, like 100%, the graphic, the cover image, the graphic design, the thumbnails, and all of that stuff, like starting out, I did 100% of the YouTube stuff. I just want to encourage you. The advice that I'm giving you would be coming out of having been in the different seasons. And don't try to imitate what I'm doing now when I've got people helping me. I'm on a lot of platforms. This might be kind of crazy to you, but we post over 350 pieces of content a week. Does that stress you out? Kind of stresses me out. But when I say we post, some people are chopping up some clips and they're helping post and so on and so forth. It's an entirely different season. And we can help you get there as well. But just a thought when it comes to know the season you're in, and then know the most important steps for you in the season that you're in that will help you get to the next season without getting distracted by shiny objects or doing things that are a waste of your time, at least for where you are right now. Wendy says, what's the best way to get started quick? What advice do you have for a stay-at-home mom that doesn't have lots of activities going on? So the best way to get started quick, Wendy, if you're new to content creation, I think is YouTube Shorts. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, Wendy, if you're here, what kind of content do you want to make? Let me know in the chat. Do you want to make content for stay-at-home moms, or you are a stay-at-home mom trying to figure out your niche? Let me know. So I think I would love, or for most people who are just starting, I like starting with YouTube Shorts. Back in the day, I used to recommend people start with Snapchat or Stories if they were just getting comfortable with content creation. And the reason why is because if you flip your camera on video, I'm turning my video on right now, and flip vertical, you're going to be constrained to 60 seconds for YouTube Shorts. And you can get started without and the reason why 60 seconds is so powerful is if you're like, okay, I see that 10-minute videos or 15-minute videos or 8-minute videos, are powerful. But before you get to that and thinking about the editing and all of that, I've learned that creativity works best in constraints. And that complexity is the enemy of execution. So one of the things that holds a lot of us back, you're saying, what do I do if I'm just starting? Keep it simple at the start. Try to figure out the simplest possible way to get started without getting bogged down in editing or bogged down in tech or bogged down in different things. And you could always scale up as you go. So for Wendy's question, let's just pretend that you want to have advice for other stay-at-home moms. And so what I might do is I would then plan out my first couple of videos, and maybe it would be like 3 things every new mom should know. And, I've been doing this for a while, but I would hit record on the camera. So I'm going to hit record. And then I would say all right, here are 3 things every new mom should know. Number 1, have grace on yourself. I don't know. And I would go through the tips. Obviously, I'm not a new mom. And then I would say, subscribe for more. And I would turn it off. So I'd have that video. Maybe you kind of bumble your way through it. Then I'd reshoot it. Then I would take that file. And one of my favorite softwares is CapCut. It's very easy to use. And there's tutorials out there. but I don't want to underestimate how intimidating software can be when you first open it. Throw that video file in there and cut out my mess ups or whatever. Just, swipe through, upload that to YouTube Shorts. So you just, go to sign up for a YouTube channel, go to YouTube. I want somebody watching this who hasn't started yet needs to do this today. Go to YouTube, the app, press the plus button, and it says short. Press the little library video, and here's my short. And then I would say all right, here are 3 things every new mom should know. Number 1. So obviously that needs to be edited. By the way, you don't even need CapCut. You could just use the YouTube Shorts editor itself. And then actually, if you want to put a trending song on there, you just do that inside of the YouTube Shorts editor, which you can see on screen here. And again, that's all based on a free app that there's little things on the side, and play around with it. Like, get started. What's the best way to start? To get started and to start creating some content. And I would recommend YouTube Shorts. And then once you get that under your belt, here's what's going to happen. You're going to be like, man, my first video was, I didn't like how I looked, and I didn't like how I sounded, and whatever, but just do it. Just upload them. You can make them unlisted later, but it just gets some momentum going, and you start putting some things out there. What's fun, and we actually talk about this in our YouTube Shorts Masterclass, which is a part of that offer that we have going on right now. I do 14 different templates that you could do, like Shorts templates. And another one would be, and everybody watching this, you could do this in the next day. Think about a vlog style short, meaning you're going to show a day in the life, or you're going to do a multi-step tutorial, or you're going to show some stuff. And then think about it knowing you're going to do a voiceover. So here's what I mean. If I was right here at my desk and I wanted to say how 5 things I use to live stream, I would film a clip of this camera, like one clip. And then I would film, I'm not going to leave the mic so I can keep talking to you, but then I'd film my microphone, one clip like that, then I'd film maybe this Rodecaster over here. I'd film that because I'm kind of planning the video out in my head. So if I was doing mom stuff, I might be 3 creative ideas, 5 art ideas or art projects or creative ideas to get your kids off the screens and into creativity. I would workshop the way that's worded, but you get what I'm saying? So then I might be watercolors. That'd be a mess. I know my 2 boys. And you might be books, and some books, outdoors, whatever. And you're filming it, just thinking about what's the footage for it. You can just upload that into YouTube Shorts. And then there's a voiceover feature where you just hold down and you go, here are 5 creative ideas for getting your kids off screens and and getting their minds being more creative. Workshop the title. And you're number 1, and you just are narrating over the footage. For example, this is helping you think script, structure, filming, but it helps you do it in a simple world. Then all you got to do is flip that into landscape mode, go longer, and you can start making more complex videos. But I do think if you're just getting started, and I actually want to issue a challenge, whether you're here live, whether you're on the replay, everyone under the sound of my voice, I want you, if you have not posted your first video on YouTube, to post your first video on YouTube in the next 24 hours. In fact, Melissa, chances are, she's been known to do this, is going to show up to your house on the 25th hour like a police officer to enforce you following through, stopping making excuses, stop overthinking, stop debating in your head, stop waiting till you get the perfect camera, stop procrastinating, and press record and get that first YouTube short out there. Then challenge yourself into a different format and punch fear in the face and get going. we need good information and we need to be connected to streams like this because it helps us go faster, but nothing happens if we don't take action. And if we get too fancy at the start, we get paralyzed and we get overwhelmed by complex gear or complex editing, and we film our entire vacation and we have 8 hours of footage on our hard drive, but we don't even know what to do with it. Too complex. Keep it simple and start. Melissa, there's a 24-hour countdown now. And I just promised that you're going to be going to everybody watching this stream that has not posted their first video's house as a police officer to hold people accountable.
Absolutely. Under arrest if you don't take the challenge. I mean, it's like straight to jail. That's the meme that was just going in my head the whole time.
Jail.
Straight to jail. I'm there, Maisie. I'm absolutely there. I will go and keep Maisie accountable. I think I have to, honestly, go keep her accountable in Hawaii. Sean, I do have a question from Instagram.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that you get to see this one. Maid, I think is how we're saying your name. Does your viewers' age affect your RPM and CPM?
Such a good question. And I would say yes. So first of all, what is RPM and CPM? CPM stands for cost per mille, MILLE, which means 1,000. It's like the Roman word for 1,000. I wonder why YouTube or online marketers could have made it more complex. Like, why are we using Roman? Why don't we call it like CPT, cost per 1,000, as opposed to cost per mil? But I digress. RPM stands for revenue per mil. And what it means is cost per 1,000 views, revenue per 1,000 views. All right, let's simplify. When someone says, what is the CPM of your channel? And you're like, it's $20. That's cool. But also keeping it kind of rough numbers, that means that YouTube is going to get half of that basically. And you'll get the other half. So CPM, like $20, means your RPM is probably $10. It's usually not that clean. But great question. Now, if you're in your analytics and you're monetized, this is the Think Media channel, analytics, all watch page ads, different types of ads. If we look over here, our long form videos, our revenue per 1,000 views is $8.31 on this channel. Podcast channel, it's higher. Watch this crazy experiment that we'll do, or crazy insight. If you go to advanced analytics and we scroll down and we look at all of our different videos and we go select secondary metric and say add more metrics. Did this stress you out? Look at how many different more metrics we can actually measure by. By the way, people wonder too, like, Sean, why do you guys have a course and all that kind of stuff? This is why, like, because the rabbit hole goes really deep in terms of YouTube. You could start simple, but as you're leveling up, you can look at all these different metrics. And we have what's called the review R of our 7 R's, which is about knowing what to measure and all that kind of stuff. So under revenue, there's all kinds of different ones you could do. And RPM, well, let's do CPM just because I'm interested. And then let's go, if we can also add RPM at the same time. I'm wondering if we can add both. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. And what's actually this is going to now tell us the average across all these videos in this column. It's really about half and half. The CPM is $14 on Think Media in the last 28 days. The RPM is $7.50. You could select the last 90 days if you wanted to switch it up. It's a little bit lower. Let's go the last year just to see the whole smorgasbord. 14, it stayed pretty consistent. And 4, this is why I'm like, YouTube, I don't know where the money's going, but YouTube's taking 10. I got 4 and I'm upset. I'm upset. $50, then none of disrespect. Okay. Anyways, Drake song. I don't clearly know the lyrics. You could also see that a YouTube short here got 7 cents RPM, whereas like this video got $10 for a long-term video. All right. So that's interesting, is that the gap between 14 and 4. But now let's go back. So RPM is what you actually make, and CPM is what is the total amount that advertisers pay. And then YouTube gives you some and they keep some. And they said it was 50-50, but that don't look like 50-50 to me, Melissa. By the way, this is also why you need multiple income streams, because I love YouTube ad revenue. Clearly, like, it's pretty lucrative at the size of media company we are. But sheesh, I'm out here with the mafia taking their cut, and they can do whatever they want. And because it's out of, it's just affiliate marketing, eventually make your own product. It's nice to have diverse income streams, brand deals, sponsorships, different income streams. But this brings us to the question of what affects how much you earn from RPM or from CPM. Let's break it down. The summary is actually, let's use the word high quality. How high quality is the audience you're getting in front of? Disclaimer, God loves everybody, but not everybody you could reach is of the same value. What do I mean? Well, if you want to sell an $100,000 car, you need to sell it to a qualified buyer who could afford it. So it doesn't matter if you reached 1 million people, but none of them had good enough credit or money in the bank to buy the $100,000 car, right? So the quality of the audience, you could call it the buying power, also the market message match. Like, some people wouldn't buy luxury goods or other things. Even if they had the money, they wouldn't. So you wouldn't want to just get in front of an audience that could afford it, but also that wants it. Like, so maybe you had some high-end skincare products that would be good for an affluent woman, 40s or 50s and above, or whatever. So if you got in front of an affluent man who would never buy it, also wrong audience. Think about it in terms of the reason you're even getting RPM. The reason you're even getting ads is because real businesses are trying to reach their ideal customer. And so whether they're manually placing their ads because them or the person they're working with is smart and picking videos to place the ads on and whatnot, or probably more realistically, they're letting Google place the ads. Google, who owns YouTube, is trying to make businesses happy by actually having them advertise in an effective way on videos and content that will produce results for them. So it would be Google and YouTube would shut down if they took a bunch of money from businesses to just show ads to a bunch of people who weren't the right people, who didn't have the chance to buy. So all of that considered, their algorithms, their tools saying, hey, small businesses, advertise with us. We'll help you reach the right people. It's important that they would be able to understand those types of things. So now let's break it down. Does the age matter? Well, who typically has more buying power? A 21-year-old or a 41-year-old? A 41-year-old. They probably have better savings. They're further along in their career. They've gotten more raises. They have made more discretionary income. Maybe they've made some investments. Maybe they've paid off their cars. They have extra money, whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons for it. And then furthermore, what content are they watching? So I'll take the question a little broader. Like, how could you raise your RPM? The age of the audience, the buying power of the audience, the affluence of the audience, and the content itself is going to attract different types of people. So if you wanted to attract a investor, like a retail investor, which means just non-wall, like somebody who wants to get an app like Robinhood, somebody that's into maybe like crypto, stocks, they're thinking about their retirement, they're thinking about their family, they're thinking about their kids. They've got a couple things they want to do this year. They want to invest a certain percentage of their income. They want to do a $50,000 remodel on their house. They do want to buy a new car. So they got some money they want to spend, right? That's going to be a good person to reach, as opposed to somebody who wants to, like this year, they want to watch cat videos. I'm about to, shots fired. They want to watch some cat videos, eat some Taco Bell, and smoke some weed. Two different people. Provide for their family, remodel, do some investments, whatever. No shade towards anybody, just two different people. You could like maybe picture these two different people at home. So then if there's an app that is a financial app, let's say, like Robinhood, they don't like, they want to get in front of the person who has money to invest, who is ambitious, whatever. So age could also be meaningless, because there is 22-year-olds, or doesn't mean everything. There could be a highly ambitious, entrepreneurial, already thinking that way at 25. And there are 45-year-olds who live in their mom's basement or parents' basement still. So there's a lot of variables. But half of it, let me land the plane by saying, I wouldn't even think as much about age as I would think about psychographics. And because demographics means gender and age and things like where people live. But we're living in a world where age actually is meaningless. There are 45 people, there are 50-year-olds who haven't been able to like figure out finances, and there are 25-year-olds who have, because we're living in the new economy where education is abundant, where ways of making money online, like it's a different world. So it's less about how many years of experience you have. People go, I have 20 years of experience. No, you don't. You have 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. If you're not learning, developing new skills, leveling up, looking at the new opportunities, we're living through a massive revolution of the attention economy, the information economy, new tools, platforms, whatever. So psychographics mean, what are people interested in? So if people are watching, and then let's summarize it. So what are some of the highest RPM niches? Finance, real estate, tech, AI, software, medical, and psychographics, doesn't matter what age you are, if that's what you're into. Video podcasting, depending on the subject matter, video podcasting about education, learning. And think about it. Again, the intent, and I'm all for entertainment, no disclaimers needed, but like sometimes you just want to check out. But somebody who's just like, show me dumb stuff, and like one of my favorite channels is Fail Army and like Fail Blog and stuff like that. But like the intellectual level of Fail Blog is really, it's me and my kids just laughing as people who hurt themselves. I also love video podcasts where we're talking about economics, politics. Politics is a big one, political channels, because who are you attracting? Professionals, people with a different mindset. So when you position your channel into psychographics, the reason finance, real estate, the reason medical pays so high is because Gen X and baby boomers, who by the nature of as we age, we have more medical problems, are looking for prescriptions, medical treatments, hospitals, could be cancer treatments, could also be alternative medicine, stem cells, biotech, all kinds of different stuff. And when people realize that this demographic is going to spend on this type of stuff, that is a lot higher cost, what they're willing to pay to acquire a customer is a lot more. And that's what drives the RPM up. That's why maybe somebody advertising a mobile game, Age of Knights or something, the CPM they're willing to even pay for that, because the upside of what it is $10, whereas it could be some medical treatment and they're willing to pay $100 CPMs. So back to this RPM versus CPM, you took one question from Melissa to a pretty deep place from Instagram, but shout out and let me know any aha moments that you've been getting so far from today's stream. But when you get into psychographics, this is why in general, you don't even have to necessarily overthink age. You pick a niche that is higher profit or has higher RPMs. It's just the subject matter of the niche of the channel topic will attract, who cares what age they are? Doesn't matter age, ethnicity, background. The fact they're even watching that clarifies a lot of things. It could be a booktube channel, or like specifically like a self-development book. There's like channels that do like whiteboards and summaries of books, and the books are about business, entrepreneurship, finance, HR. And this is also why you don't necessarily need as many views, because if your RPM is 10 times bigger than the channel that's going more viral on some prank entertainment content, you might be making the same money. And in that case, this is why people make the mistake of judging like, oh, your views aren't that high. Somebody might go, let's just say I got 1 million views. You only got 100,000. They could be like, well, my RPM was 20 times yours. So I actually made twice as much money as you with less views, because of the subject matter of the channel. Woo! Drop your aha moments so far. Melissa, what are you thinking? I'm going to try to go lightning round next.
Ooh, okay. Well, I've got 2 questions now, since you already have YouTube Analytics open, Sean. One question is about the best time to post. We've had that a couple times in the chat. And the second's a really fun question from Instagram. Let me see if I can find their name. I was just scrolling up for it. But the question was, can you share how more details, this is from Joseph, about how much we make per video in terms of AdSense?
Yeah,
I think it was prompted because you had the window open.
I've never had that question.
It's wild to me. I was like, that's such a fun question.
It's a fun question because actually we could dig into our numbers. Okay, let's hit the first one.
People are scared of asking it.
So when is the best time to post? Number one, when you first start your channel, you don't actually have any data and you don't get any special YouTube analytics. So step number one is define who is your channel for and what problem does it solve. When you tell me who your channel's for, then pick the best time to post based on your prediction of what their lifestyle is. So if you said my YouTube channel is for mainly targeting the United States, then you would want to post when people are awake. And more than anything, you could probably say 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Central Time to hit like the middle of America. Now, if you were to say American students, you could post in the middle of the day, but if it was school season, you might be like, well, they're in school, so I actually want it to hit at 5 p.m. when they're on that bus ride home, that ride home when they get off and they maybe want to just start watching YouTube. I'm going to have that upload hit at the peak time. And I'm just encouraging you to just put a little bit of thought into when are actually people online. Step number 2, though, is YouTube will tell you once you have a big enough audience. So think media, underneath analytics, underneath audience, and scroll down to when your viewers are on YouTube, has this dashboard here that says, let's go light pink, medium pink, purple, light purple, medium purple, and dark purple. There's 3 levels. And they are, some of your viewers are online, many of your viewers are online, and very many of your viewers are online. Those are the 3 levels. Now, Think Media is such a large channel that like law of averages forces this to be pretty simple. For any of you watching this, let me know, open this up if you have multiple screens or whatever, and let me know what is your best time to post. And sometimes it actually, the insights you have here could be very radical, like more extreme. Ours kind of just averages out to this median because of the nature of the channel. But even still, the insights are pretty clear that we should generally post, which we do, at about 5 a.m. And I think about it like a wave. We schedule upload posts. I want to hit it right as the wave is starting, and I want the video to ride the wave for the most momentum possible. So if I upload at 5, then I'm going to get the many of your viewers. I'm going to get all of the very many as the video keeps going. I'm going to get the decline, and then I'm going to get all night long. It would be less wise to post at 6 p.m. and then have the video just sit there until the next day when people get back online. Now, there is an interesting insight that YouTube tells us directly right here, and it's this: publish time is not known to directly affect long-term performance of a video. And I remember when Todd Dupree emphasized this, he said, too many of us, I know we're fighting for that 1 out of 10, that velocity, that early velocity. And I think that's important. Like, I do think that hitting it hard, getting it right, initial momentum can also affect long-term momentum. However, what Todd's point, a YouTube employee that works on the algorithm, was saying was, if you think about even what we teach, which is like ranking videos, you're less worried about how your video is going to do in the first 24 hours. And you're more thinking about, will this video still be relevant a year from now? And think about that. If your video is still getting views a year from now, why does it matter what time you uploaded it? It's literally irrelevant. Like, man, my video is still getting views. What time did you post it? That literally doesn't matter. Like, if the video, and what we've seen is sometimes videos pop at day 14, sometimes they pop at day 140. And so the video could be flat, but as the YouTube algorithm is trying to like find that audience video match and see if there's satisfaction with that video, all of a sudden it takes off later. Summarizing, saying that people overthink posting as far as like what time should you post. I still think it's important, and you might as well look at your insights here. And the last thing I would say is that it does change, especially during mega seasons like summer. People are outside more, back to school. Sometimes we see more extremes. There was a while where like this Sunday surprised us. Sometimes weekends were a lot lighter. Sometimes weekends were more, there's more. So don't be afraid to go look at that and be like, oh, why am I posting on Thursday at 6 a.m. when that actually is literally not very many of my viewers are online, when actually I had no idea that Sunday. And if anybody can log in, then and let me know if you see any insights on that. So, all right, Melissa, what are we looking at here?
I'm sorry, just Lyria was asking if you could show the watch time again, just like how to find that while you have your
yes
window open.
So you're going to go to dashboard, analytics, audience, and then you're going to scroll down and it'll say when your viewers are online, and see what you see. And let me know if anybody watching this has any insights from that. And then let me know that next question again, Melissa.
Yeah, so this is a question from Joseph, and he's asking if you can show more details about how much individual videos make on our channel.
Yes,
it's very open. It just wants to know more about that.
Yeah, let's go check it out. And I'm going to log into Fake Media Podcast to have some fun over there. So once your channel, there's a couple encouraging things that we could look at here. First of all, YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. So this is my newest channel. It's 4 years old now, though. And it started on November 17th, 2019. It started as an idea, and it got 0 views for a while because there were 0 uploads. And then it started launching right as like a January 1st, 2020 type of a thing was when this podcast started. Okay. So you can see that 0. Now you can look at the first year, and that right there is 2020. And then you can look at 2021 and notice that the first year and the second year was a slight bump up. The third year was a little bit more significant, but then also notice that 2022, so this is now year 3 of the podcast, got interesting. Then we got hacked. Notice that it went 0. That's scary. So we did get hacked and all the videos were turned off for a while. We got the channel back. And now look at 2024 and things are crazy as far as, and you can see the full view of that. I want you to see this because I think that people overestimate how much they can accomplish even in a year, but they underestimate how much they can accomplish in 4 years. I also am not trying to say you shouldn't compare to me or anybody else. We are in different niches. We have different skill levels. But even with another channel that could help bring an awareness to this, even with having done this for years, even with an email list and all this other stuff, this was still the nature of the podcast, getting into the rhythm. So that's one thing to look at. And then 2, the top line revenue, meaning the total revenue of the entire life of the 4-year video podcast, is $138,348. Kind of cool. Okay. So now let's go over to revenue. So once you go over to revenue, you could see the history. You could see the months breaking down by how much you're earning. And then this is also lifetime. So we could see right here, what are our top earning videos that we're looking right now, the lifetime highest earning videos on the Think Media Podcast channel. Let's add in our RPM metric, and let's add in our CPM metric for fun. And then let's look at what we can learn here. I can't add CPM. Why not? Oh, here we go. CPM. Okay, just CPM. Okay, it doesn't want to give me CPM. I guess just go back to views. All right, let's get this all set up and we'll look at RPM, which is how much we actually take home, which is great. There we go. Okay, I kind of messed.
And while you're working on that, Sean, I was going to clarify. He also asked for like an overview of what comes in a month. So however you want to structure this, there's lots of different directions we could go.
Yeah. So, I mean, you also could say like what comes in a month. We could open up Amazon affiliates. We're part of 100 different affiliate programs. Let's keep it focused on just YouTube ad revenue. So here's what comes in a month. I mean, right now on the podcast channel, on the Think Media channel, it's like 30 to 40 grand, but this is the newest channel, podcast channel, 5,736 in the last 30 days. Let's go revenue. And then right now we're looking at the last 30 days. Now notice this, my video podcast channel, which we're looking at, is double the RPM of Think Media. RPM on Think Media is $7. This one's 14. And if we go to our advanced mode, and I do want to get that RPM on here. Oh, it looks like we might be. Oh, yes. We can do RPM and CPM just to see how much YouTube's taken. And let's go last 90 days for fun. So however you want to slice this up, but a couple things. All right. So in the last 90 days, my interview with Patrick Bet-David had a $15 CPM and a $10 RPM. It got 150,000 views and it earned $1,630. This actually extends our conversation from earlier, which is kind of interesting. And that is this. Think of the psychographics of a person. Like certain people are worth more money. It sounds, but why? Because of who they attract. Like Patrick Bet-David is a business guy, and the people who even would click on a video like that are business, more entrepreneur minded. So that is an interesting insight. Melissa and I did a video on how to start from zero in 2024. The way these are ranked is they're ranked by the most amount of money they earned. And so the amount of views is coming into play here. But if we actually wanted to look through and see which video has earned the most, that one had a $22 CPM. New Ways to Make Money on YouTube had a $21 CPM. And Chris Do had a $20 CPM. He also, Chris Do, branding, design firms, freelancers, professionals watch Chris Do. When we had Michael Zuber on, $18. I would say all ages are probably going to watch this. In fact, we could dive into it, but all ages are going to watch this, but probably other people who can relate to Michael Zuber, it might skew up a little bit. Maybe not. So we have 25 to 35. The peak is 35 to 44. And then 45 to 55 watching this, 25%. So, maybe an older audience is watching this video where Michael Zuber is breaking down stuff that he's learning. So I wonder if there's any follow-up questions here, Mel. We're looking at what the most, and then I would love to go back and let's go lifetime. The biggest earning videos in Think Media podcast history, isolating ad revenue. Our top earning video of all time was having Chalene Johnson on the show. And that was a $5,000 earned, RPM at 15. So again, amount of views is a factor here. And it just so happens, actually, she does not have the highest amount of views, 342,000. Michael Zuber had 363,000, but her RPM was higher. And then, by the way, I forget the people for a second. It could be Chalene Johnson and Patrick Bet-David, but it's also the topic of the video itself. So if you have a video podcast and in the topic of the video, if it does extremely well and the topic is like advanced business strategies for small businesses, then that is a topic about business versus mindset tips for staying positive, like just thinking about the differences perhaps in what it is. So this happened to be on how to make a living with social media. This was on social media. To me, if I'm picking things out, it's interesting that the common denominator here is the word social media. Like it's how to make a living, but social media, and this is social media.
Mm-hmm.
This one is, and then by the way, again, amount of money has to do, these are all 100,000, 300,000 viewed videos. This one is changes are coming for content creators.
And Joseph said, looks like content teaching how to make money makes money. So,
well, 100%. And finance in general.
Yeah.
Money in general. Like, so how to make money, side hustles, personal finance, investing. What we're also, that would also be like business content, at home business. 100%.
Yeah. And I have a quick thing from the Fruity Time on Instagram is saying it's hard to see on Instagram because it's so much smaller. So if you want to head over to our podcast channel, we're actually live on there. And obviously that's like a lot, probably easier to view all of this. So for anybody on Instagram, just go to YouTube and search Think Media Podcast, and that'll probably be easier. And we can also pull your comments on screen and everything, which is a lot more fun. There was a follow-up from Drake Malone saying, can you raise your CPM by finding high-paying keywords in Google ads and tagging them? In general, you can go after higher paying CPMs, just like we were just talking about. Knowing finance will get a higher CPM. So Sean, maybe speaking specifically to.
But it's a smart question, Drake. You're not gonna be able to raise it by adding the tags to the video, but you're onto something really smart here, and that is go to Google Ads, find high CPM topics, and then make videos about them. So if you had a health channel and you started looking into different types of drugs or different types of pharmaceuticals or something, and there was something like, again, we are business-minded content creators here for sure, but we always say at the intersection of passion, proficiency, and profit. So if you're like, oh yeah, like maybe there's this whole thing happening with Ozempic and Wegovy and all that stuff, right? So Ozempic, Wegovy is blowing up. It's helpful. And here we go. Oh, there you go. That's crazy. So literally, so Wendy's talking about Ozempic. So Ozempic is helping diabetics, but it's also really popular for people who maybe don't have any condition but want to lose weight. Now it's getting even more popular because it maybe can help people get off or drink less or do less in other addictions. And it might be getting even more popular because there's other benefits to your kidneys and stuff. But then there's a big debate about it because people are like, well, the people who actually need it should get it and other people are getting it. So then the bigger thing is like, well, actually, how about we just produce more of this stuff? But then the bigger thing is that Costco is now going to probably offer these types of things. And once it makes it to Costco, but here's my point. Number one, Wendy just said it, is actually a really good real-time topic here of how do I know if my topic's high CPM, such as making videos about my journey with Ozempic. Again, if you go to Google AdSense and actually log into the back end or a Google keyword tool, it will tell you the bid, Google Keyword Planner, right? And if we go to Google Keyword Planner and we search Ozempic, another way to do this would be let's go to answer the public. So you could log in. I'm just not logged into the keyword planner right now. So Google has its own keyword planner that you can look at. And the number next to it is how much businesses would have to pay for their clicks. Again, if the number is higher, that means higher CPM. That means more to you as a creator. Now, I am wondering what we can get over here, Melissa, on our keywords on Answer the Public, which is now tied into Uber Suggest. That's the other website that Neil Patel.
And let me just call out a question because you're directly answering a question right now. It was, how do I find paying videos? I can't find the question to like put it on screen, but how do I find good topics that people are searching for? This is exactly how. So if that was your question, just drawing your attention right now to this answer. It was Rebecca. Rebecca, pay attention.
So a couple things. So 2 tools for you. You got answerthepublic.com, or we just could go straight to Uber Suggest. Okay. And so first, the search volume of Ozempic is massive. 1,500,000 people a month. So thought number one, Wendy, is like, for sure, not only should you make a video about it, it's so hot right now, and it ties into the things you're saying. So that's great. 2, you can see the cost per click is $3.93. And what does that mean? It means if we go down here, notice this. Ozempic coupon is $17.95 is how much the cost per click is. And the Ozempic dosing is $5.37. So what we're actually seeing is and let's go to all keyword ideas. And this is a free version of Uber Suggest, so you could log in, and let's go to the highest CPC. Punchline is, I don't know if you want to make a video about Ozempic dosing, let's say, but check out this idea we just spun off on. 6 months of using Ozempic. People want to know, because they're wondering probably side effects. They're wondering what's going to happen. How do you feel now? I want somebody who's not just taking it once if they've been using it for 6 months. Wow. Mm-hmm. So if you were to make a YouTube video about how long you've been using Ozempic, here's what this means. It just means that people that are advertisers that want to advertise whatever they want to advertise on this are going to pay a lot more money to advertise on it, which brings us back to what we were looking at over on YouTube when we're looking at revenue of why does some videos have higher RPM or lower RPM or CPM. Half of it is, again, forget your channel. That's important. The audience, the age demographic of your channel. But remember, YouTube judges individual videos. Mm-hmm. So your individual video about using Ozempic for 6 months, maybe 1, not only blows up, but 2, earns you 5x more revenue or 10x more revenue than other videos. And the way we came to that conclusion was using Uber Suggest, typing in a keyword, digging around, and we're researching video ideas in the process here. We are this came to my mind only because of having a actual research process, digging in with a specific tool, and we could look even deeper. Like if you maybe you could look up coupons. Talk about a banger video. Let's say you could go find some Ozempic coupons, and you could say 5 Ozempic coupons, because I know there's also off brands. It's not just named Ozempic, it's called this. And so, hey, in this video, I want to share with you ways to save money, where to get it, how to get it online, and a couple coupons that I found, not only with the ad revenue on that, but even what we're also talking about is the interest in that video could be off the charts. And then you have things like Ozempic thyroid, Ozempic kidney. So there's niche videos you can make. And we're all basing this off the assumption that this is relevant to your niche and relevant to your channel. And the cool thing is that if you're watching this live or on the replay, you would want to use these tools to look for topics, find topics, spot topics. Maybe you have an idea and you're trying to verify if it's a good idea or not. Then you take it into a tool like this to dig deeper. We have a system called VRA, right? It's the 7R VRA system. And step number 1 is reverse engineer. And step number 2 is research. And this is all happens before you press record. And this is exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about what is it we're trying to do? What's the vision of our channel, et cetera. And then we get into that research and we just went super deep here. And if we are also trying to go full time, part of our intent in trying to reverse engineer money-making video ideas, exactly what we're doing here can help us reverse engineer better to how much money we would even earn. we just got geeky, Mel. That's pretty cool. And then, by the way, this is if you are like, okay, I'm sort of seeing your guys' process and I would love to know more. Reminder, there is less than 14 hours or whatever it is right now to get into the full course. So if you're curious about this whole system and wanting more training just like this, because inside of the program we go through, there are all kinds of really cool tools like Uber suggests that can give you different insights and help you find those golden goose video ideas. And we have an entire process. We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. That's what makes VRA, Video Ranking Academy, our YouTube course, different than anything else out there, because it's a system. It's a repeatable process, a repeatable system that you can apply on YouTube to rank videos and to jump on things like particular trends like this in your niche, get the views, and earn passive income in the process. So if you want to learn more about that, vrafam.com or link in the description down below. Melissa, any follow-up questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a couple of people asking a couple questions about VRA. So I just want to hit those really quick. If you are on Instagram, you can type VRA and we'll like send you a DM to the offer. But going to vrafam.com on like your browser or on your phone is going to be the easiest way to do that, is to just head straight to vrafam.com. But I'm trying to find your name. I accidentally closed out of my Instagram and it like got rid of everything. But you had asked if you'll get to meet directly with coaches when you join the VRA program. So I wanted to give a little bit more detail around how that works. Within the VRA program, at like the base level, you get group access, so group coaching. And so you'll join our Facebook group, and within there, you can post questions like all day, every day. Again, the group is super active. People are always in there giving feedback and giving suggestions and everything to you. We have daily posts that are like our accountability posts that are saying, post your latest thumbnail, post your video, post your next milestone you're working towards. So we have those accountability pieces as well. And our coaches do get in and give lots of feedback and lots of interaction inside of that Facebook group. So you definitely can get one-on-one coaching. We have Q&A calls. We have our quick tips. We have so much stuff going on inside there. So again, one-on-one coaching can happen. It's not a guarantee. Again, this is like our base level. We have a couple other levels of VRA where you can get like more one-on-one attention. But at this level, you it's, again, you can get that coaching, but it's not guaranteed. But you will get so much interaction from like the whole community. And again, you'll get a lot of different people who've been in this course for a long time, been in this community for a long time, who are giving feedback. We have verified moderators. We have our coaches. There's a lot of people in there to help you out. So that's the quick answer to that. And then also somebody was just asking, how do I join? So just as a reminder, if you go to vrafam.com, you'll see all the details about the course and how to join. Or if you're on Instagram, you can just type VRA into the comments and we'll DM you a link to that. We have Marquise saying that you joined VRA Academy. Congratulations. So glad to have you. And I'm so glad that you're loving the content as well as the workbook. We did get to this question. We already answered that earlier, but I just wanted to make sure I welcomed you to the fam. So Sean, those are the quick questions I had about VRA, but I needed to speak to something really quick because I feel really self-conscious about all these bins and stuff in the background of my video. Normally I would clean up my background for being on a stream, but this is all stuff for our event that's coming up. So I've got all of our live event in Vegas is coming up really soon. And this is literally, so it's work related clutter in the background, just to be clear. I was just feeling very self-conscious about that.
I didn't even notice how you pointed it out, but no, I love that. And actually a question came in about that. They said, are any LV conferences or trainings coming up this summer?
Yes,
well, Lisa,
there are.
not this summer.
Well,
but coming up in like 3 weeks is actually our event called Grow with Video Live. And I think I could play this top video, can't I, Mel?
Yeah.
All right, let's check this out.
This was single-handedly the most valuable conference that we have been to. My biggest takeaway of the event really is about everybody lighting a fire under my butt. Seeing so many people do amazing things has really inspired me.
It truly is a transformative thing for your business.
Think Media has really just given me that empowerment to, hey, just press record.
This has been by far one of the best events I've ever been to. The best one with all the the tactical stuff that I think that we really needed in our business to take it to the next level.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dave Ramsey.
I am amazed at the things we don't do because we have this little tiny bit of fear that offsets all the other data and all the other evidence in our life that causes us to not go do something. You know, no one accidentally wins. You become what you think about. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because effort, talent, education, bothering to show up is not equal. I'm amazed at the number of people that the only thing holding them back, they're going to the next level in their business, the next level in their leadership, the next level in their marriage, the next level with their parenting, the next level in their wealth building. The only thing holding them back is they don't believe they can. Together, we're going to rise up, baby. We're going to go to a whole different level that we've never been to before. Every one of us in this room are going to leave changed.
Together, we're going to rise up, baby, and keep chopping wood. Listen, I'm so fired up. Grow Up Video Live is happening in Las Vegas in 20 days. growwithvideolive.com. Dave Ramsey, Cody Sanchez, Pat Flynn, Shalene Johnson, John Bevere, Nikki Saunders, Ben Azadi, Mary's Nest, Evan Didio, Christina Patterson. We have so many, David Shands. We got a lot of VRA success students that are going to be on these powerful panels with Brian Griffith. And man, it's going to be amazing. So this is happening in person. It's only in person. And so if you can't make it, no worries. But highly recommend this event's gonna be very powerful. 2.5 days. Shout out, I forgot to acknowledge this super chat. I hope you're still here, Star Wars Synth, but if not, massive love, super grateful. Monetized in 7 months, really cool. Congratulations on that. But growwithvideolive.com, if somebody could actually post that in the chat for me, growwithvideolive.com. I could throw it up on screen just so people could see it.
We also welcome Jeff Harold from Instagram. If I'm being really rude and looking at my phone, it's because I'm talking to you guys on Instagram. Jeff Harold says joined the VRA program, going through the modules and loving it. So excited to have you in, Jeff. What up, Jeff? Okay. And then I saw a couple other people saying that too. There was a couple questions. I don't want to be bouncing back and forth. I know we're just talking about our event. Now I'm going back to VRA, but I did want to get one more question because I might have confused people when I mentioned this. So Sean, if you don't mind, if I just jump in on here.
Yes, do it.
CJR, there are different levels of coaching. Yes. So to just be really clear, VRA is our base level of our program that gets you the course. And again, the group coaching, that's like basically gets you started with everything you need. And it's awesome. And it could be all you ever need, but we do have a higher level that basically adds on a bunch of more personalized coaching. It comes with just a much higher level of interactivity with our coaches. You get assigned a personal coach and everything. And so that's VRA Elite. And then we actually, we haven't really publicly announced this. We have one more level that's called our accelerator, but we've got we've got 3 levels total. And don't worry if that stresses you out and you're like, what do I do now? And I thought it was just 1 and now I'm so confused. Don't worry. If you get into VRA, we help you with every step of the way. If you ever say, I want more, we'll help you figure out what is best for you. If you say, I don't want any of the other stuff, I don't want to be upsold, don't worry. You'll also be fine. We're not ever going to pressure you. But just so you know that there are technically those 3 different levels. And if you want to talk to somebody on our team, because you're interested in a higher level of coaching with us, you can go to talkwiththink.com. And our team will help you out. We can drop that in the chat. So again, I don't want to confuse you. The best thing you can do today is just lock in VRA because again, that lifetime access is going away. I want to make sure you get that. So I don't want to stop you from joining VRA. Just lock that in right now. And then you can deal with any of the other stuff later on. So that would be my quick explanation, John.
I love it. Well, we have been crushing. We got more questions coming up. If you are watching this, which you are, because you can hear me right now, smash the like button, heart button on Instagram. Let me know wherever you're watching. And we are action takers. So I wonder, what have you learned today? Any aha moments? today, anything that has stood out to you. What do you like best that you want to apply? Where to Live in Florida asks, hey, Sean, I got a question for you. Some of my YouTube videos show that there's a copyright issue with audio. Is that because I downgraded from YouTube Premium? YouTube Premium would not affect that. YouTube Premium gives you no ads. Includes YouTube Music without ads. That's the main perks. There's maybe a few other things. I would imagine that, well, you can go and see. The video says copyright issue, click on and see why. And it'll probably say includes licensed material at a particular time code. And it'll tell you like the distribution and maybe it's a particular song or something. If you have a royalty-free music service like Epidemic Sound or something, sometimes there could be issues and you can resolve them by just making sure, oh, I need to pay my membership or reconnect my account in the back end so there's no issues. Sometimes you think you're using royalty-free music from somewhere because the website said it was, but it really isn't. And that could be why. It could be because you share your screen on StreamYard and you play audio of somebody else's video and it picks that up. And sometimes it's done wrongly and you could dispute it. Like that just happened on one of our videos and you have to dispute it and you could get into a whole thing. But it's not because you downgraded from YouTube Premium. Go to the specific video, click on the copyright thing, and it will tell you why. And it'll tell you the seconds in the song. It'll tell you the second, like at 2 minutes and 53 seconds. And maybe you cut to something and you're like, oh, that's what it is. And there may not be anything you could do about it, but then you can at least solve that in the future by not using that copywritten song or something like that. Forever Young, who do you suggest to start an email list and landing pages for a beginner? There's a lot of good sites out there. We have a website called thinkmediatools.com. We'll post that in the chat and we'll also share that with you. We'll post it in the description if you're watching this on the replay, or just type in thinkmediatools.com. And if you go to marketing tools or scroll down a little bit more and you go to tools for building online courses, I was going to recommend Kajabi. Kajabi is what I would recommend. Thinkific's on here too. But if you go to Think Media Tools, I think we have like a free 30-day trial that you can take advantage of. But my question to you would be this. What is it you ultimately want to do? And the reason I like Kajabi is because it is your entire online business. So you can even see how they've positioned it here, go from creator to business. And when you think about, you could see what they offer here. Online courses, memberships, communities, coaching, podcasts, podcast hosting, payments, contacts, analytics, websites, pages, emails, funnels, mobile app, and Creator Studio. And it's all of that stuff. Okay. So if you were to say, all I want is email, my question would be why, but you could just get just an email tool. But when I also start thinking about investing in something, especially like you said, a newer creator, I think as businesses get bigger and more sophisticated, like really big, like 700,000 people on your email list and stuff, you start getting like dedicated tools. But for like 99% of creators that kind of are side hustling and then like solopreneurs and kind of building things up, it's nice having all things under one roof. And it also can justify the pricing more because eventually, we are talking about 120 a month, 159 a month, but you can look at what's in here. And so without taking it much deeper than that, I guess assessing your needs. If you really want to keep it simple and start with like a free plan, you could look up like a free email CPM. MailChimp, I've used MailChimp when I first got started. And MailChimp at a free level, start a free trial. But let me even see, like, is there like their free level? I mean, standard, free allows you to send 1,000 emails a month. You have one seat, one audience. You You do have a landing page, forms and landing pages, and that's it. But if you wanted to just, I mean, free is a pretty good price. That's MailChimp.com. If you wanted to just, you have 10 people on your list, 25 on your list, but consider this, and this is reverse engineering your prediction for your future, how much time you have, how hardcore you're going. You can export emails, but once you're in here, the reason they're giving you this free is because they assume you're going to move up to essentials and then move up to standard and move up to more people on your list, etc., which is cool. But one of the reasons why I went with Kajabi years ago and have stayed with them is because I looked down the future and I was like, I'm committed to this. You know, one of my mentors said, scared money don't make money. And sometimes when you think about tools, it was like, I want to build. And I also know how much work I'm going to put. And that's what if you're like, I'm going to kind of post a video once or twice a month. I want to kind of like slowly go through your program, Sean, or whatever, learn this. I wouldn't recommend committing to something that has like a high monthly charge and you're not going to be working on it like seriously every month. Then having a free tool and kind of like learning the ropes, and then you can migrate later. But on the flip side, if you're like, no, it's like, it's all in right now. And so I think that's some self-awareness questions to assess the pros and cons of different features. And I'm curious, Mel, because I mean, she's our CMO, our chief marketing officer, and geeks out on all this stuff. And we've used GetResponse, MailChimp, we've used ActiveCampaign. Now we use HubSpot, which is like a enterprise level thing. And that's in addition to Kajabi. So like we've even added on tools, but we use Kajabi only, their email, for years. And by the way, we save thousands of dollars in doing so because email CRM in and of themselves. I mean, how much do we pay a year, Mel, on email CRM right now?
Oh, on our email
$45,000. How much?
What? $100,000.
$100,000. That's true. She would
We're
know.
at a little different level, yeah.
We spend $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a year on our, and is that HubSpot?
No, we use ActiveCampaign right now. It's definitely, you don't need ActiveCampaign. Nobody else probably. I mean, unless you're.
Why do we pay for HubSpot? Now it's like a team meeting. Why don't we use, don't they have a CRM?
Yeah, so ActiveCampaign can act as a CRM, but we've definitely specialized on different platforms now. ActiveCampaign is really good on email, so we work with them for email. HubSpot integrates with all these other things for our
You start
CRM.
getting into deliverability, you start getting into all this, other kind of stuff. And back to that point, the right tool for the right level. By the way, every day, Dana said this, Brevo is good. I saw them advertising when I searched for free email PM. So what are your thoughts on, like, if someone's just getting started? I mean, the exact question is, what do you suggest for email and landing page if you're a beginner? Yes.
So my blanket statement to this is, yes, it's obviously great to get started on like the best platform when you first start and have everything housed under one roof. But I'm going to just encourage you. There are so many platforms and everybody is very opinionated about the platform that they like. And so everyone's going to tell you like, oh my gosh, you're on Kajabi. I hate Kajabi. Or you're on MailChimp. That one's horrible. And I'm just going to tell you, just get started. And I'm sorry, this is my sassy voice because this is the world I live in and I can get really worked up about it. But just pick one. Like I still recommend MailChimp because it's so easy and so many people know it. I'm just like, just get on there. It can get your first landing page and it can get your email list and you can start collecting those leads. And honestly, you need to just start getting into these different programs and start like expanding. Because for so many of us, you're literally just processing, wait, how do, like, okay, I do have to set up a landing page to then get an email opt-in, and then I'll have to email those people. So if you're at that level where you're literally just processing this, like I would recommend MailChimp. And then I think Kajabi is great. It's definitely a little bit more of an investment. So if you can do more of an investment, Kajabi is awesome. Those would still be my recommendations. But my biggest thing is like literally just pick one. And until you're at a level where you have, tens of thousands or 100,000, email addresses on your list, you know, people are going to tell you, don't move your list and like commit to one platform and stuff. It's not going to be that big a deal. If you start on MailChimp and then you start collecting and you have 200 people on your email list and then you download your list and move to another platform, you can do that. Like for the most part, there's obviously nuances to all that, but it's going to be fine. That's my best recommendation.
And I love Melissa's advice here, because this whole thing of you cannot steer a parked car. Like even like had I not just gotten started on MailChimp and then later I moved to Get Response. And then when I actually got into Kajabi during their founders, and it was a huge stretch for me at the time. So respect if making an $1,000 investment in your business or making, you know, into something even like our program VRA or something, it could be a stretch. As I look down the road, I think that's what it was. I paid a year in advance and I paid $1,000, which is crazy, which I guess that's not too far different than like about 120 a month. It's a few $100 off, but, and got on that annual plan. Punchline was, it was steps up to that, but the lessons that I learned at each stage were so critical. And had I not gotten uncomfortable and I had not made those financial stretches early on, even eventually hiring my first editor part-time, and then even now I got to pay Melissa's salary, you know, like things have grown and she's a legend and is our CMO. The fact that we even have C titles, which we don't really, we're just like some kids trying to figure out, you know, stuff, but like legit, you know, I'm founder, CEO, whatever. It's just like levels. And what I'll encourage you is wherever you're at, make your next bold move. Make your next bold investment, but be wise. I love that. It's also, don't stretch into some enterprise software you don't need. Make your next wise move, your next smart investment. And it's doing that at the different levels is so important. Thank you so much for the super chat. Do YT shorts kill your long form? I feel like shorts get a lot of views and long form is starting to hurt. I would recommend you watch a video from Game Theory about YouTube shorts. I think that the summary of it is shorts have kind of messed up the YouTube platform, but not so much in a way that like, because you uploaded shorts, your long form suffering, although somebody might be able to prove that on their individual channel. The bigger point is to consider this. When I log into YouTube, my app, when I open it up and the recommendations are populated right when you log in. That's what YouTube tells us, right? So as soon as you log in, it's giving you fresh recommendations. As soon as you open it for a fresh time, based on the time the viewer is getting on, based on the device, if I go downstairs and open up my smart TV, if I open up my desktop, if I open up my phone, based on when we're getting there is based on what it's going to recommend me. You know what's so funny? Is literally, I thought that right now, because what I've seen for the past 6 months has been 4 shorts at the top of my homepage. Let me know what's at the top of your mobile homepage. There's no shorts there right now. What's going on? Where are my shorts? I don't want shorts. That's funny. There we go. So I refreshed. Now it's 4 shorts. I went down and the top of my homepage is 1, 2, 3, 4 shorts. Then I got my Phil DeFranco and my JP Sears and my Valuetainment and somebody I don't even know, which is interesting, by the way. So this somebody I don't even know channel recommended right on my homepage. This video only has 1,000 views, which means I have a new month's worth of data, and it has 8,000 subs. This just makes a side point of the fact that YouTube is extremely generous with new channels and small channels. You might not feel that way, but it is a fact. Like this is homepage. In my homepage, channels I do not know, but not just famous channels and not just the biggest channels, but channels that are smaller creators, newer creators are getting recommended to me all the time in the mix. With a couple hundred subscribers, with 1,000 subscribers, with a video that has 330 views, like very niche videos. They're getting recommended to me though, based on interest, as YouTube sees what my interest is. So just as people think about, is it still possible to break out? And is it possible for new channels to get discovered? The answer is absolutely yes. And that's not only my experience, let me know in the chat and in comments, but YouTube is saying the same. They're like, listen, we're trying to, the algorithm we want people to watch more YouTube and to discover more creators and be satisfied. the key then becomes, when you have your shot, what's your thumbnail? What's your title? What's your topic? Are you optimizing your video? What are we talking about? So we're talking about shorts though. And so can shorts, what is happening to the platform itself? On the homepage, shorts are first. Even on my smart TV, shorts are recommended to me. On my desktop, shorts are taking up surface space. They're taking attention in general. They're taking attention from the whole platform in general. And the common experience across a lot of channels is views are just down in general. So your thought of shorts are actually killing my long form, I would kind of disagree with. I think that there's general division, like attention is just being divided more places. People's average, and so you could say that well, in that sense, shorts are literally killing it, but I would say not in a sense that like they're breaking your channel. It's just that people have other stuff to watch. Their attention's being distracted more places. What is the panacea? What a word. Let's look it up. Mel, what is the definition of panacea?
I won't venture the exact definition.
Panacea? A solution or a remedy for all difficulties and diseases.
For all.
What is the panacea for our shorts issue? What is the solution or remedy for what's happening on YouTube right now? A couple things. Number one, get better. Keep learning. Improve your content. Adapt. You got to adapt to the times. So in my opinion, in the past, they'd say content is king, but marketing is queen, and she runs the household. In 2024, I think quality is king. In 2024, I think quality is king. What do I mean? It means improving the quality of your content. What does that mean? An extra revision, little extra time on your outline, extra time on your research, and improving the quality of the video. Like Mr. Beast put it this way. There's a quote, and I'll read it to you from him. And he said it like this. And this was captured in a book called 10X is Greater Than 2X. Great book. He said, the difference between 1 million views and 30 million views isn't that the 30 million view creator put in 30 times the effort. They just had a way better idea. That means the topic. That's what we mean when we say reverse engineer and research. That before you even start making a video, find a way better idea. Find a way better topic. They just had a way better idea, and then they put in 2 to 3 times the effort. So if you double the effort, you could 30x the results. So let's make it simple. If you normally are like, based on my time, I spend about an hour outlining, an hour planning, and a 30-minute shooting. What if you spent 2 hours planning and scripting and 60 minutes shooting, and then a little bit more time on editing? I know we can't all double our effort. You're like, Sean, it takes me 40 hours, you know, but I'm just saying up the quality. In 2024, quality is king. Just because there's more AI content, there's more distraction, there's more shorts, there's more different things. So Mr. Beast, and I quote, once you understand that, you realize that the idea is so freaking important. Most YouTubers could pull triple the views with half the work if they had better ideas. It's that extreme. So that's the topic, but then also a little bit more effort in the content. So I don't believe that YT Shorts is killing your long form. I just think long form in general just has new giants to fight in 2024. But you can kill the giants, become better at your craft, better at your skill, add new tools to your tool belt. Not just a slingshot, not just a sword, not just nunchucks, not just size, not just not a bow staff, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Swords, size, is that what they're called, Melissa? Size, right?
Scythes, like I wasn't paying attention for chopping down things.
Like
In the field?
size, like what
Like
is
curve.
what is Raphael's weapon?
Oh,
How do you pronounce it? There's nunchucks, Michelangelo, bow staff, Donatello, swords, Leonardo.
oh, we're talking about mutant turtles. I have never seen that, and I was so confused. Okay, but I do know what a scythe is.
Names and weapons. This is really important. This is the key to YouTube. Sai, S-A-I, Melissa.
Okay.
So Leonardo has a twin katana, Raphael has a twin sai, Michelangelo's nunchucks, and Donatello has a bow staff. Facts you need to know. It's a sai.
This
Come
is what I
on,
get for
dude.
not paying attention. I was like responding to a question in the chat, and I came in to so much confusion. Sigh.
Yeah,
Okay.
quality is king, not content. That's a switch. It's 2024. I appreciate it, y'all. We got people. He's saying it right. We got like people that like, oh yes, he deserves respect. So add more tools to your tool belt. So that I think this is just in general. Like some people, we get in a rut. You become like a one-trick pony. You need more tricks, pony. You got to have more tricks. You need more tools in your tool belt. You know, there's this thing in baseball. It's called being a 5-tool player. Okay. So a 5-tool player is somebody who can do it all. There's no weakness to their game. 5-tool players are very rare. Tools refer to a player's ability pertaining to baseball. So here's the 5 tools: hitting power, hitting for average, field ability, throwing ability, and running speed. So what I would encourage you with is a lot of times we'll have success in whatever endeavor because, okay, maybe you have charisma, and so your delivery on camera is pretty good, but your information could be better. Like your research and the quality of information you deliver could be better. Okay, cool. Well, that gets you started, and you get started with live streaming and your ability to deliver and communicate on camera. But as you start thinking about quality as king, you start thinking, okay, maybe I need to step into editing. And you've started a creator business. So some money's coming in. So either you learn editing, or you hire an editor, and maybe eventually you reinvest money in your business. You hire a better video editor, and their degree of video editing improves you as a communicator. Maybe editing is your skill, but your delivery on camera. And so again, the baseball analogy is a 5-tool player is somebody that can add these different tools. Or again, maybe it's tapping into another tool in your tool belt would just be the mastering of AI. AI takes somebody who understands psychology and has been creating content, but powers them up. It's like Universal Soldier. We're like going through just analogies. We just went into a series of analogies. Throwback to Jean-Claude Van Damme, Universal Soldier. Anybody remember this movie? I've done this one before, Mel. And so this is what success on YouTube looks like in 2024, in my opinion. Wow, small image. Come on. Success on YouTube in 2024 is you need to, have your own skills, but you got to be enhanced by AI. So it's one thing to you're great, but you got to get the little eye mask. This is success on YouTube in 2024. Can we actually get a non-pixelated image? This is my dream. This is who I want to be. So you're just this normal person, but you got the AI on, you got whatever, and your ability to learn a new set of skills and tap into ChatGPT or use video editing to save you time. Anyway, that's quality is king. And I don't think, and that was not lightning round, but no, I do understand that shorts are disrupting the platform, but it's time to learn new skills. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to add new tools to your tool belt. It's time to reinvent yourself. It's time to yesterday's home runs will not win today's games. So it's getting back in the weight room and working out. And I don't mean you physically need to work out, like that'll help you on YouTube, but maybe it will. It's just getting back to working on your craft, honing your craft, improving your game, adding new skill sets, and investing in yourself. this is a competitive space. There's no doubt about it. And so leaning on what worked yesterday will not work today. And we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
Universal Soldier meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meets being a 5-tool baseball player.
That was quite a journey. I'm sure somebody connected with, needed that Universal Soldier demonstration in order to really connect at this point. I think we needed it. I do have like 5 minutes until I have to jump, Sean. I'm not sure if you're gonna hang out. I do want to hit one question really quick from Lyria, just because I've been chatting with her. So Lyria has questions about the length of videos. And so Sean, you can add to this as well, but she's asking if she needs to make her videos over 8 minutes or more. So I would say our general advice on this is you make your videos as long as they need to be, but as short as they can be. Especially when you're first starting out on YouTube, you really want to focus on delivering good quality content quickly so that people are needing to watch like the full video. You're getting a good percentage of views on the video, as in you're getting a good amount of that video is being viewed by somebody and they're not dropping off halfway through. And so that's like a common phrase we will say, as long as it needs to be, but as short as it can be. The 8-minute point comes into play because you can add another ad to your video. You can insert another ad on your video when you get past that 8-minute mark. And so it does help you monetize your videos more. But especially again, when you're just starting out, that's probably not what you're focusing on. You're just focusing on making quality videos that people want to watch. So I wouldn't worry about that 8-minute mark. Again, when you're starting out. When you start getting a little bit more accustomed and you start getting more views on your videos, more consistent views, then you can start looking at extending that point. Hopefully that's in line with what you would recommend as well, Sean. I know that we got another super chat in and I do have to jump in 3 minutes, but thank you all for spending your time. I think Sean's going to continue for another couple minutes, but I just want to let you guys know again, that I really appreciated getting to chat with you guys. And I hope that I can see a lot of you guys in the VRA fam, because I know I was talking to some of you in the chat. You're looking at joining. I would love to see you guys in there. VRAfam.com is where you can jump in. Sean, anything else you need from me?
I don't know if we want to shut down Instagram or if we're good with that, just in case.
Yeah.
Because if we don't turn it off, it like keeps running, even if we turn StreamYard off. Right now, we are streaming to a couple of different places. So shout out wherever you're watching. Let me know where you're watching in the comments. Smash the like button or heart button wherever you're at. And Melissa, what do we need to know?
Yeah, and if you're watching on Instagram, because I know a lot of people didn't realize this, if you're watching on Instagram, we're also streaming on our podcast channel. So the best thing you can do, I will shut down the Instagram stream. So just go to YouTube, type in Think Media Podcast, and then you'll find this live video that will continue on for another few minutes. So Think Media Podcast on YouTube. If you're just joining us, like Amara, I see you just joined, and Annan. So guys, head over to the podcast, Think Media Podcast on YouTube. That way this can continue. We can keep chatting. Sean will be staying on for another few minutes. But Instagram, we are saying goodbye for now.
Yes. Awesome. Melissa, thank you so much. Give it up for Melissa. What a legend. And as a reminder with what she's talking about, vrafam.com, you can see it on screen. If you haven't checked it out, I would encourage you, if anything, open up another window, open up a browser, whatever. Open up, if you have YouTube Premium while it's playing in the background, and head over here, because there is only 15 hours left on this offer here. But probably one of the most significant things is those that join by the deadline and that have joined previously have lifetime access to future updates, to the Facebook group, the private group, to all that support. And think about lifetime access. That means 2.5 years from now, as you're continuing to level up and as we continue to improve our YouTube course, you still get access to all those updates. Now, we're going to continue to, promote this in the future at different times. And just people in the future will just pay $97 a month or whatever it is indefinitely. It'll be more like a membership site. There just won't be such a thing as having it for life, because it'll be more like Netflix. That's the big switch, because Netflix continues to license content. They just signed a $5 billion deal with the WWE for 10 years. So you can watch that WWE speed on Netflix, and plus they make their own original content. Now, I'm not saying we're that size, but I am saying we re-record VRA, we add new modules, we improve it, we update the workbook, we update all the stuff. So when you join before the deadline, you just are grandfathered into future updates. If you're interested in this, but like, I don't know, I want to wait a couple months, that's not a good idea, because you could still get in, but you just will have to maintain your membership by continuing to pay for it, just like you continue to pay for Amazon Prime or Netflix. That's the big switch. So we do want you to know that, VRA fam, and to know the exact time if you're watching this on the replay or whatever, that the special offer at this exact moment ends in 15 hours, 43 minutes, and 28 seconds. And so take advantage of that before the deadline. We have Demon's Row came back with a super chat to follow up with the question to say, if you have two editors and they're not as good as you, do you take control back? I was following the 80% rule and I'm learning to be more hands off. What do you think? This is a good business owner tension to manage. It's what are you solving for? What are you solving for? So you mentioned views have gone down, but does that even matter? And here's what I mean is like, are you solving for trying to scale, innovate, adapt, increase revenue, and hit targets and crush goals? How many hours a week do you want to work? How ambitious are you right now? What season of your life are you in? Because sometimes people go, views went down, but I'm like, how's your business? Is revenue still okay? Yeah, it's fine. You know, sometimes it might be more of a vanity thing. Yeah, like views are down, but things are fine. Things are down over here, but they're up over here. Like, so I think that's like an assessment of your business. Like, what battles do you want to fight? Because if you're saying I'm trying to solve for people, the leadership principle of if someone can do it 80% as good as me, let them do it and be okay with that. Okay. But if everything's fine and you're okay with the results right now, then great. However, if you would say, we're hemorrhaging money, like whatever, then it's like, there's many things you would want to, well, I'm solving for getting revenue back up, or I'm solving for like, I want to take this thing to the moon. I have a financial goal. I want to, scale, improve. So the answer to your question, in my opinion, would be 1, have a meeting with the editors and say, hey, listen, I need your performance to improve. 2, if you don't think they have the capacity for that to improve, and you could say, and if it does, I'll give you a raise. And you devising a plan as the leader to say, because if it improves, and if we do this, this, and this, then this is how I'm going to increase revenue and justify the raise. Cool. You invite them into the journey. You say, this is where you're at. This is how measurably I want you to go from here to here. And on the other side of that is also a raise. Not immediately, because honestly, this is where you're at right now. But if you could go from here to here, then a raise. Are you interested? Then you can see if they're ambitious. Here's your options. Take it back. Not my favorite option, but depending on your time and ambition, hire somebody else. First, of course, honor the current people to say, listen, this is the expected standard. This is how verifiably where you are. This is where I'd like you to be. And they could be like, I don't even want to do that. I quit. And you're like, all right. Or they could say, awesome. Thank you for being very clear and reasonable with me to understand what is expected or what could happen. And so you talk to them, and then also realizing maybe you need somebody different. And in terms of quality, I think for the intelligent, self-aware, and leader who takes extreme ownership, you take extreme ownership on yourself to also say that quality is, yes, the editor's responsibility, but it's also your responsibility on the research, the ideation, the idea, perhaps the scripting, the delivery, or whatever you're actually giving to the editor. Because it's always going to be a tension. Absolutely, there's people who could be underperforming, but also they could be undertrained. They might be lacking skills, or they could be lacking clarity from you. They actually might be overachiever performers, but what you're delivering to them is messy or hard to work with. Leadership is tensions to be managed, oftentimes not black and white problems to be solved. There are tensions between all of those things. So that's what I'd solve for. And then we could spin into a million other things, and in terms of again, it's really not just editing. When we think about business, it could be many things, but I hope that it was some helpful insights to go to the next level. Yes. Okay. As we're landing the plane on a couple questions today, I'm curious. Full participation. 125 of us on here. Let me know in the comments what has been an aha moment from today. Second question, only answer one, answer whatever you want. What is your next action item? Like, what are you going to do next? What do you need to do? What's the next most important thing you need to do? And Sean, you just want engagement. Well, yes, you're right. You called me out. No, but like, no, I find that if it's not written, it's not real. And if you're driving, I know you're just listening passively, cool. But like by typing it out there, you are just making it more concrete. It's why writing down your goals and writing down a to-do list is so powerful. You're also kind of creating this collective community we have right here on Facebook and YouTube is a community of creators that are all part of Think Media. And in a way, you're just putting it out there to this small group about your commitments, your awareness. Also, if you're like, I'm not sure, you thinking about this, turning it into words and typing it into the chat or typing it in the comments, even on the replay, hashtag replay fam for being here at 2 hours and 10 minutes into this stream, is just taking something that's just ethereal and in our minds and making it concrete. So sure, the engagement, but it's actually because legit, we are action takers here at Think Media. And so taking action, realizing YouTube is a whole business within itself. I love that aha moment. Now, Patrice, let me ask you, what's your next step? Is it start a channel? You already have a channel. I see your awesome profile picture and I see your name. Is it posting your next video? Is it posting a YouTube short? Next action item, press record. Lights, camera, action. Here we go. Next, Amy Tootle was bold enough to say, make my first video. And Amy, we issued a challenge earlier that you've got 24 hours to do it. I would say make it a YouTube short, keep it simple, post it, don't overthink it. Andrea posted, what's your next action item? That's what we're posting right now. I have about 75 videos. Awesome. Then what's next? Learn a new skill, learn a new tool, do some research, productize in a way, reach out to a brand. What's your next action item? Action item, research, book retailers, affiliate program. Smart. Focus on building an affiliate video library. I like it, Colin. I'm on the replay, hashtag replay. You're actually still here live, Aaron, actually. This isn't the replay. So you're here live. You're not a part of the replay fam. You're part of the real fam, the live fam. That's a question. I'll come back to that in a second. Let me see here. Aha moment, redo vertical long form videos and horizontal. I like it. I'm working on making my content simple, learning to deliver simple problem solving. Really good. I like that. Aaron, all my tech was destroyed by my ex-wife. I'm starting over. Super sorry to hear about that, Aaron. That sounds brutal. It kind of reminds, like, if you see, like, the wife goes out with like a baseball bat and like breaks your headlights and stuff. Is that what she did? Did she destroy your physical cameras and all of that stuff? Sorry to hear that. Next plan is to collaborate with another YouTuber. I like it. Awesome. So we're typing out our action items. You could see each other's action items here. Way to put out, not just getting some information and listening to a stream like this, but taking action. Let me do a lightning round. Okay. Is it possible to learn how to do YouTube on YouTube? VRA is proof you are serious and ready. You are worth the price of VRA. It is possible. Yeah, I agree. VRA is definitely, if you're serious, you want to go to the next level. And the reason VRA is different than free YouTube content is it's about the right steps in the right order with a workbook that's 80 pages with a community. And it's about taking the shortest path to get to your goal rather than random information and a 2-hour Q&A and getting bits and pieces and tactics over here. It's about like following a blueprint. You know, I heard it this way. I found this quote just this week and I tweeted it out. And this is really summarizes what VRA is. And VRA stands for Video Ranking Academy. And if you're interested, like right now we have an offer available until for about 15 more hours at vrafam.com, link in the description down below. Here's the tweet, though, from Donald Park, the quote. How much easier is it to build something if you could get your hands on a blueprint? Find a model, then follow the directions. Instead of creating the wheel from scratch, just imitate it. That's it. That's what VRA is. Like, it's just easier if you have a blueprint, if you have a model, and then you can just follow directions. Step by step, video by video, page by page in the workbook, following a proven system. It's called the 7R system. And it's not for everybody. I mean, the choice is yours, and we're all at different places in our career. But if you're serious and you just want to go faster than just looking at random videos and random information out there, time is money. And so your investment, especially with lifetime access, and then investing in an asset, not just the course, but future updates, the community. So vrafam.com is where you can learn more about that special offer. Okay, lightning round. Where can I find the replays of the 5-day challenge? Pamela, those do come down as advertised. We left them up over the weekend, but that was last week that we actually did the challenge. So right now, the only way to get the replays is they are available as a bonus at vrafam.com. So they are one of the bonuses for joining during this special offer. There is a link in the description, or you could go to the letters vra.fam.com, vrafam.com, and you get the replays as well as the entire Video Ranking Academy course. I'm super excited about the program. I've started finding your niche. The program is well worth it. One of the bonuses at vrafam.com is our course called Niche Finder. Of course, VRA is my favorite, but like tied for first place is literally Niche Finder. And you can see it's the this is all the stuff you get at vrafam.com. But what's cool about Niche Finder is it's about finding your thing, finding your unique difference in the marketplace, finding the most profitable niche for you that's also aligned with your passion, your skill set, and making a difference that you want to make in the world. And it also includes some of my advanced branding and marketing strategies. So it's really not just for beginners. And so that's a great place to start. One of the things we do is we do a welcome party. So if you've joined Video Ranking Academy, I want to encourage you, schedule your welcome party, or look at, when you look inside of the emails or in the private Facebook group, you could just see the next one to attend. You'll get on Zoom with one of our Think Media coaches. We'll learn a little bit about you, and we'll help you find your perfect path through this collection of educational materials. Because the truth is, if you're a beginner, Video Ranking Academy is for you. It'll help you start from scratch. You haven't posted a video, 101. But even if you're more advanced, I just uploaded 8 hours of new content in what's called VRA Masters. 401 will help you go directly there, or maybe take advantage of one of the bonuses, whether that's the Roadmap Workshop or Niche Finder, YouTube Shorts Masterclass, whatever. So there's a welcome party. That's what I also think is different about VRA. Obviously, I could do streams like this sometimes, and even this isn't on Zoom and isn't as interactive as other things. And this is also why Lifetime Access is going away after this promotion, is because we do have 30 people working at Think Media. And there's no other program in the world that I know that has as good of support as our program. We measure our Net Promoter Score, our NPS, and last time we checked, it goes from a negative 100 to a positive 100, meaning how much people love the material and how satisfied they are and how likely they are to share it. Last time we checked, it was like a 75 or something, which negative 100 is the lowest. 75 is a green, like A1. And that just is how much people love the value in the community and the support that they get. So, and by the way, we also have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're like, man, I don't really know exactly what it is, it's a no questions asked money back guarantee. So you could be confident that you could try it out. If you don't like it, just email us, you're not happy, and we'll refund your money. So I'm confident, though, that if you join VRA today, you will thank me later. You're going to love it. Robert says, pivoting my channel from strictly reviews to more educational, music, career-based content. How would you ease the transition? I don't know if it's going to be as jarring as you think. I think I would just post the new videos. I mean, if there's still, I get it. If it's music gear and music reviews, I would just upload the new content, see how it does. I also wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't do as well. Just don't be afraid to test and experiment. And to me, it's still on brand with music. See how it does. And then that's why, the reviewer, you're always analyzing and deciding if you want to keep tripling down or doubling down, but always give your new experiment a test. Make a community tab post. Let people know. Mention it at the end of the new video, because of course you want your new video to be a good hook, a good title, good value. And then as the video is ending, be like, and hey, I know this content's a little bit different than what we've done in the past on this channel. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Would you like me to go deeper on some of these music career questions? I'm still going to be posting reviews, but I'm curious what your feedback and your thoughts are. Until next time, hit subscribe and we'll talk soon. Click or tap the screen to watch another video. So just do it. Just post a new video, see what happens, articulate some of those changes, and post a couple. Any one test is not a very good sample size. They call it a sample size in research, right? One test is not a huge sample size. So give it a shot. Lob out some questions to your audience. Ask for their feedback. How soon did you set up an email landing page for your YouTube channel? Let me be clear. I don't think you would do it for your YouTube channel. You would do it because you want to build an email list for maybe another purpose. Now, if you did it for your YouTube channel, it maybe would simply be this. You might say, hey, no guarantee what the YouTube algorithm is going to do. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm might not suggest my videos. The nature of my content, especially if you maybe are a fear of shadow banning, you maybe do health, politics, something that has the chance of being a little bit not recommended all the time. Certain news channels don't make it to the homepage. Certain videos do get suppressed a little bit based on the words said and the things said in the videos. So it's worthwhile to maybe tell your community, hey, listen, get on our text message line, get on our email list, get into our Discord group just for your YouTube channel. Smart. If that's relevant. And then you should do it as soon as you can afford to do it. And meaning even have the time and the energy. And then you think about the reason. Now, the other reason you might do it is newsletters are their own business model. Even if they're their own business model, because there's paid newsletters, but there's like a free level, and then you have subscribers, and then you can take them to another level. But also brands will sponsor email drops. If you could build an email list of 50,000 people, brands will pay you for sending an email. There might be a sponsored section of your email newsletter. It's a free newsletter, but it's monetized in different ways. And then, of course, if you want to create your own product, book, course, physical product, merch. I mean, think about even clothing lines. The way a lot of these new school niche clothing lines work is they do limited drops, and they're like, get on the list. The way Peter McKinnon does sells physical pirate coins or little hatchets and stuff is you get on the list, and then he opens it up, and it's like, boom, he sends an email basically, and then he sells out, and there's limited. So my point would be, if you don't have the bandwidth, don't do it yet. If you don't know why you're doing it, don't do it. But that's one of the things that also makes our program just more macro, if you're curious about it. Like it is a YouTube course, but it's really like a creator economy business course. And one of the things we want you to be thinking about is, what's the bigger business you're building around your YouTube channel? What's the bigger strategy? Part of reverse engineering is not just thinking about how do I get views. In fact, it's a good question, but it's also a bad question. If all you're asking is how do I get views, you're not asking enough, and you're not thinking deeply enough about your YouTube channel, in my opinion, if you want it to be a career. Because how do you get views? You could go buy them. Don't do that. You could go buy a lot of views. Like if you literally just want a number, you could go pay not even that much money to get a bunch of fake views. Oh, I want real views. Okay. You could re-upload TikToks. I know it's like more competitive than it once was, but you could upload, there's all these shorts channels that do all this like low effort thievery of content. So think of, I mean, you're like, well, Sean, that's not what I mean. But if that's the answer to the question, Sean, what would be the best way to get like 10 million views? Re-upload viral videos that you like tweak a little bit. Okay, thanks. What did you accomplish? I got you 10 million views, but nobody knows you. You don't have a brand. There is no business model. There's not sustainable. Shorts views aren't that valuable. No, of course, you might be like, well, yeah, but I want to be a personal brand. So then we go, okay, well, what if we didn't need that many views? Because the business model we develop for you is based on getting the right views from the right people. And the thing that is best aligned, the monetization strategy that's best aligned with what it is you're doing, actually could be built much more around 1,000 true fans and a smaller audience than just chasing virality. That is reverse engineering different. That is reverse engineering and thinking about, man, who's my channel for? What problem does it solve? What's my business model? What's my big dream? What am I working backwards from? That's why in the workbook, we want to walk you through thinking kind of deeply through that. And then at that point, it's like setting up phases. At some point, yes, let's start building your email list. Or there's other people that are actually in our program that think, no, it's entertainment channel, brand deals, affiliate, maybe Patreon eventually. You don't really need an email list. I still think almost everybody should have one maybe eventually, because again, that's the only audience, or rather you want first party data. You want to be able to actually talk directly to people. And algorithms could always change. Subscribers, YouTube could always, throttle this or throttle that. And so could other platforms, whatever. So that's the power of having an email list, even if you're an entertainment channel. But just saying there's different strategies for different channels. LEL naturally, do you find that a channel banner and icon need to follow a certain style? Mine is very simple. Channel name, it's too simple. No, I don't think so at all. I think that clean, simple, get started. Channel avatar and channel banner have nowhere near the amount of impact. You can't monetize a channel cover art. You can't monetize a channel banner. In fact, I would argue 99.9% of people will never find a YouTube channel. What do they find? They find a YouTube video. The reason it's 0.0001% is you can actually look for channels, but that's not what anybody does. What do people do? They get recommended videos on their homepage. They type in a search. So what's my point? I think your channel name's great. I think your avatar looks great here on screen. Your next step, right, is your next best video, because a video is how you're going to get discovered. A video breaking out is how you're going to get monetized. A video breaking out is how you're going to earn hundreds or thousands of dollars from one video. A video breaking out and ranking connected to affiliate marketing is how you're going to get passive income from affiliate marketing. And also maybe 90% of people or more may not even ever see your cover image. I watch so much content on my smart TV. I watch so much content on my phone, and I don't necessarily go to the people's channel. Don't get me wrong. Your channel, organizing your homepage, playlists, setting up your channel, having a channel trailer, that stuff's all cool. Let's just compare. Let's put like accurate weights to things though. It's less important and significantly less important than like you making your next best banger video. Smash like. Okay. Can I rewatch this later? I'm about to do a video. You probably aren't still here, but yes, this was asked at 3:16. I should probably land the plane soon. It's 5:40. We're on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Give me your favorite emoji for the long stream. And we are 2 hours and 28 minutes into today's stream. If I'm a beginner, can VRA help me? If I'm an artist and an educator, 100%. You'll love Video Ranking Academy. All right. How would you tee up long form ASSQ channel with shorts? shorts are interesting. Like if you're looking for an NVIDIA GTC, NVIDIA GTX 660 Super. I'm just curious. Let's look at what we can find here. So there's the card. Let's scroll down. There's the long form video. Here's a ranked short for a specific product. Notice the title, GTX 1660 Super in 2023. And this is obviously less than 60 seconds. What is my point? Yes, you can do ASQ videos around products, around questions, around search terms, and this short is ranked on the first page of my desktop. Hello, did we all catch what we just taught here on the live stream? Like this short is ranked on the first page. So one of the strategies we teach inside of vrafam.com is ASQ. You're saying AS, really it's 3 S's if you take it that version. Answer specific questions. ASSSQ is kind of a joke. Answer stupid, simple, specific questions. And so I hope that answers, that's how I would tee it up. It was be like, we will teach you how to optimize research. You're just making the best video for the ants like possible. And a short would be saying, if you only had 60 seconds and you did it vertical, how would you make a good video? What would the intent be? And if you had, looking at the long form versions of this particular graphics card, 7 minutes, 31 minutes, 13 minutes, long form are all ranked here, different lengths, good thumbnails. So you want to go through the process to think about, what is it I want to happen? I'm going to make a short. Let me do some research. How should I position that, title that? Then you record the video in such a way that is aligned and optimized to all that. And then you also release it in such a way that it's, again, optimized, no thumbnail on shorts. You actually, if you do upload for mobile, you can select the first frame, which is like selecting a thumbnail, but it's just a frame of the short. And then, going through all the steps. So good question. Yes, you could, if I caught it right, you can do ASQ with shorts. In fact, it's kind of an underrated strategy that not a lot of people know. All right. Y'all are legends. Thanks for crushing. We are at 2 hours and 31 minutes in here. I think it's time to land the plane. Your final announcement of the day is there's only a few minutes left, a few hours technically. There is officially 15 hours, 16 minutes left. So I do want you to know about that, just so you don't email me later and say, Sean, can I still get in and get lifetime access? This is a big change at our company. And so you could get in before April 4th, which is 9 a.m. It's Wednesday now on the West Coast. That's Thursday, April 4th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. vrafam.com is where you want to go. Link in the description. We'll post it in the chat if you're on Facebook or somewhere. If you're on Facebook or somewhere else watching this. I do want to thank you for hanging out today. I hope you got some takeaways. Remember, it's about not just getting some information, but it's about taking massive action. I appreciate you, Dave, for being here. I appreciate you, Amy. And Tikia, Neil, appreciate you. And you can see Victoria's post. So you could click that link if you want in the comments. You could see that there. And I appreciate you so much. Ta-ta for now. The Disney Bear. Mahalo in Hawaii. I appreciate you. And my name is Sean Cannell, your guide to building a profitable YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Follow, smash like, and I can't wait to connect with you in a future video. Until then.